Hello everybody, Frankie Day here from Frankie Day Models. Okay fellas, this is video number one for my Berlin Airlift group build I got started, featuring my Rebelle 1/72 scale C54-D SKYMASTER. And also I got a mail call and a special shout out following after this review of my progress on my Berlin Airlift group build. Okay, I decided to go ahead and start this group build. I got a head start on my SKYMASTER. I'm about a hop and a skip away by putting paint on it right now. So I got a lot of little work to do before I get there. But I got a head start. Okay, this group build, I'd say, is probably, there's no time limit to it. Those that you got too much on your belt, you don't want to participate, it's no big deal. If you guys got something out there that'll fit the era from 1948 to 1949, actually 1950 to 1950, yeah, you got more than welcome to join in. I mean, I want you all to join in. It just it kind of heightens up my spirits a little bit. Another good aircraft you can use too, I forgot to mention on the introduction of the last video on my SKYMASTER, is a C-119 boxcar. The boxcar came out about the same time as the it came out a little later than the C-54. It came out in 1948. C-54 didn't come out to 1942, but didn't actually see service the later part of 1943. And actually, it was the first Air Force One airplane. It was the C-54 SKYMASTER, President Roosevelt's. I think it's called a Sacred Cow. I think last time I seen that at the Smithsonian Institution in Washington, D.C. As you peer beneath the aircraft, in the center of the fuselage, aft of the leading trailing edge of the wings, there's a little doorway. It's open up. There's a little hatch. That's the bottom of the elevator. So you got to remember, Mr. Roosevelt didn't have his legs. That man was crippled with polio. There ain't no way. That thing is a SKYMASTER is a good airplane. It's a big airplane. It's big. It's about 20, 30 feet off the ground. It's tall. It's big. And you got about that far from the ground all the way up to the top of the inside the fuselage itself. That's a hell of a drop. If you happen to go up that gangway in that thing, you fall down, you kill yourself. You'll be dead before you hit the ground. But they found the best way to transport Mr. Roosevelt was they went to Douglas Aircraft Company, took it back to the factory, modified it. They opened up the bottom of that fuselage and put an elevator. They can hoist it down. He can take his wheelchair. He can position himself in that, in his position in that elevator, and up he goes. So the flying boxcar C-119 would make an excellent candidate as well. They got Lanka trains, the Hastings, you got DC-3, C-47s. They even I think they had Constellations too. I think they did. No, they didn't. They didn't come out to about the Korean War. But it did come out very early back in the 40s, along with the C-54 SKYMASTER, the DC-4. So I would say the Connie probably came out probably the latter part of the war. It actually didn't see service until probably after the humanitarian flight of little victuals to Germany. There's a movie I seen a long time ago. It had Montgomery Clift and Paul Douglas. It was called The Big Lift. And actually, all the actors in that movie weren't phony balonies. These are actually real crew chiefs, real pilots actually flew the C-54. Monty, Montgomery Clift, and also Paul Douglas, the movie stars. They actually were in Air Force uniforms flying with him as actually crew chiefs aboard the C-54 SKYMASTER, because both of them did have World War II service as as an Airedale, as being aboard aircraft back in World War II, probably B-25s or 24s. So they had some kind of experience at flying aircraft, so they were movie stars, so they knew how to handle the SKYMASTER as well. That was an excellent movie. I mean, it's a good movie. As a matter of fact, I think I'm going to watch it tonight to inspire me more on my SKYMASTER. Okay. Put the stove down. I'll show you the SKYMASTER, how much old Frankie Day's got on it, and what I'm going to do next. This thing wasn't easy to put together. A lot of small parts in there. I got the filler on it right here. I've already put one coat of filler and I sanded it down real well. Got it really good. I gave it a little light test. I can see a little couple of blemishes in there. So I add a little more filler. After I sand this out and sand the bottom right there, over here in this area here, also back in the tail a little bit, and give it a good sanding, this thing's ready to be primed. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to prime this thing in flat black. I mean, gloss black paint on me. And I got about 5 bottles of it over here, testers I got. A gloss black. And to check for any imperfections and stuff, which I don't think I'll find any. So at this stage, I want to go ahead and sand the remainder of this filler off here, bottom and top. And I'm going to give it a coat of black primer, take a look at it, see if I can find any imperfections anymore. Got to give it another coat of primer on, filler on there. Until it's blemish free. I think it's blemish free this time. I think it was before, but I want to make quite certain. Because I put it up against the light, you know, and I see a couple of blemishes on it, so I got to put some filler on it, take that out. So when it's all primed up, ready for painting, I'm going to go ahead and assemble the rest of the pieces to it. Then I'm going to go ahead, before I do all that, I'm going to go ahead and take this cotton out of here. This piece of tissue out here to keep it from painting get inside my interior, which I detailed in there. I put a lot of work in there, you know. I don't want to get obscured, put on black paint and ruin it. And so I'm going to go ahead and put the canopy on there. They give you a whole piece of clear canopy. Goes, oh, yeah, I like that. Just mask off, put your maskings on your windshields and go ahead and take filler back here and make sure when you sand it, it's all ferried in as one unit right there. And give it a light test or put a little bit of primer on there and see if any more imperfections. Put a little bit of filler, sand well, and prime. It's just all gone. So go ahead and give it another prime and leave it like that. And go ahead and paint it with your favorite metallic shade. I'm going to go ahead and look and use this. I was looking for this stuff. I got 2 bottles of it, 2 different shades. I might put panelings on this. This is the AK polished aluminum right here. I don't know if this is water-based or lacquer-based or authentic mineral spirits based. This is polished. This is polished aluminum, and this is the same stuff I put on here on the side here, around the windows. So they've been primed with aluminum. That way, I take off the maskings off here using. I like this stuff a lot. This stuff works pretty well. It's a liquid mask from Microsoft. It's good stuff. Right there. That's the baby right there. And they turn kind of like a green color, greenish blue. That means it's on there. And they come off very easy. And once I get the polished aluminum on this thing, I'm going to go ahead and mask it off and put this darker shade of dark aluminum on here. That'll give the illusion of panel work. Or use tape, metal tape or foil. But it's too late because I already got this thing prepared, ready for painting. So I'm going to go ahead and use these 2 bottles of paint here I got for my SKYMASTER. And we had the black de-icers on the wing tips, stabilizers, and rudder assembly. And the doors will be open. This will be the second build. I built one just exactly like this. And I don't think I put any cardinal on there. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead. Of course, I got tissue in there too, keep spray getting in there. And I got some cardstock. I'm gonna print my own little boxes on there, detail them out like a card model. I'm gonna make my own little boxes, like cargo boxes, and I got some. I got my putty, not putty. What do you call it? Modeler's clay. When I make worms for napkins, I'm gonna make little bags put them on a pallet right there that simulate the bags of coal or potatoes, whatever they used. Yeah. So that's a little stuff you can add to it also. So I think the Berlin Airlift group build, which I think I've never seen one before on YouTube, there's all kinds of good uh, group builds going on for different aircraft and such. But I think the Berlin Airlift group build be a pretty good build to get started, is because it's a historical event for mankind. I mean, these people actually were starved to death. They had no homes, they had no food. A lot of them lost families. They had nobody, no government, nothing. And the Russians had their greedy little hands ready to get in there and just grab everything. That's when we, the English, French, everybody, we got there. People over the world flew in through. They blockaded everything. They blockaded the railroad tracks. They sabotaged them. They blocked them. All the canals, all the river system, what they used to take cargo in, was completely blocked. They kind of starved them into socialism, but they didn't give in. So that was a very, very great effort to do that, to help them defeat these great people. These people were just casualties of war. They didn't like that crummy war any more than anybody else did. And they knew they were lied to and betrayed by a madman. And the whole country paid penalty for stupidity. But they learned their lesson. I mean, a lot of them couldn't. Like I say, they fell victim to something like this. It could happen in any country if you're not careful. So I think that was a very great humane act, and in helping these people. And the little children right there walking around out there, it makes you want to cry. See them walking around, their hands like this, hungry. You just give them Hershey bars. Hershey bars is an all-American candy bar. International. It's an international candy bar, the Hershey. That started out back in World War II, giving Hershey bars out. The candy bomber, he flew the C54, flight for freedom. He used to throw out all these Hershey bars out the cockpit, and all these kids used to grab them. They had little parachutes on them, you know. I think it was kind of cute. Had little parachutes on candy bars, and those kids just loved it. And it gave those kids something to look forward to. They were out there, just couldn't wait for that plane to come back in and bring them some more candy. And they did. They waited like a bunch of vultures on a rail picket fence, waiting for the candy bomber to come in and drop more candy on them. That was great. Those kids loved that. And a lot of them who are older, elderly now, today, which are a lot older than me, probably around my age, can remember that as it was the greatest things that ever happened to them in their lives. Their hearts were touched with kindness. As once their foe, now they're friends. And we're taking care of them. And the United Kingdom took care of them. France took care of them. Everybody took care of them. So I think that's a good group to be able to get started. Anyway, I got a lot of stuff coming your way, guys. I got important things come up here after this, but I shut this video down. I'm trying to think right now what I got what to say, what I got going. I've got a lot of stuff. I got that Nimrod for Ron the Basics modeling group build, the Recon group build. I've already got the tires all painted out already. I got one right here, this little container right here. I got them all painted out. All you gotta do is assemble them, put them on the struts, and finish up my decal work and paint those engine covers, install my engine covers and paint same. And she's done. She's ready. That'd be just one. That'd be just one out of two builds I'm gonna have for that group build. Of course, I got my Emily flying boat behind me. I haven't done nothing on that. It's still ready to be sanded down. First coat of putty filler I put on it. I need to get sanded off. The planes need to be primed again. Check re-perfectionist, ready for paint work. Okay, this is a mail call right now. Freddy, our beloved Freddy Duarte, Lawton, Ohio, and Lawton, Oklahoma. Excuse me, Freddy, I apologize, sir. Lawton, Oklahoma. we talk all the time on Facebook. You know, he gets on me, hey Frankie, how you doing, buddy? I said, I'm doing real well. And somehow out of the blue, you know, I asked him, you got a Helldiver? He goes, I think I do got one. I think it's 148 scale. And I was telling him I haven't. That's one thing I don't have my stashes of SP2C Helldivers. And I thought I had another one there, but I didn't. I had the Monogram Pro modeling one. It got I think I got damaged. One of the moves I just made. It got damaged about 20 years ago. I moved out of one house to another one. I was about to play about my house. I think it got broke. I think I had it top of the shelf when one of my wife's knickknacks came over, knocked it, and broke the wheels off. Now I remember I saw him with it. I'll buy me another one. No, I didn't even bother to save the parts or even put it in a box and build it together. Which I regretted that. I should have did that, but I had hopes I could find another one, which I couldn't. So I guess they made so many of these Helldivers. Well, anyway, Freddie and I we got talking. And I asked Freddy, I said, Freddy, you got a Helldiver and anything like that? So let me check. Oh, yeah, I got one. It's a Monogram one. And so Freddy got back to me and messaged me back and says, I've got one for you. Right here, this is a Pro Modeler series of the 148 scale SP2C Helldiver, the son of Dick's second class. This is one hell of a dive bomber, guys. Look at airplane. And thank you very much, Freddy. My shout out goes to Mr. Freddy Duarte. He always sends me things all the time because he's like me. He's got a lot of stuff. And, you know, and the poor guy's got things laying around and he says, I'll never get to it. And so I think he built one. He showed me in the photos on the messenger. I think it was a Great Wall. A Great Wall Merit Models SP2C. I don't know, but it wasn't one of these. This is the one I had. I think I bought it back in 1995, 94, somewhere around there. And so Freddy sent me this, and the instructions were missing. And oh, God love him. I don't know where he got the instructions at, but he made copies of them, prints of copies of them, and sent them to me. And also, included in the kit, he gave me 2 more bottles of this Tamiya glue, extra thin. Because I tell you, I go through that stuff. I'm starting to really build plastic now. I should be on ship models getting them done, but I get so scatterbrained with my models. And I look at myself in the mirror. I know I'm getting old. I said, Frank, how much longer are you going to hold out? You know, and I got all these things on my shoulders and my mind saying, build me, build this, build me, build this, build me. And I'm getting lost in model syndrome. And but I'm finishing them up. So I got a lot on my plate here that I'm finishing up, and I have coming to you really soon. It's final reveals. So hopefully by this week I'll have about 2 final reveals for you, and next week I'll have about 2 or 3 more coming your way, and I'll have some more kits I'll be building too. So anyway, our beloved Freddy Duarte, thank you, Freddy. God love you, dear friend. Thank you, sir. I love Freddy. Freddy's a good man. I went ahead and started building this thing. It's going to be a fun build. And so I'll be having videos of this. I've been on this since last night and today. So I got about 2 days work on this thing. I painted all chromate green inside. I didn't add no wash to it. I just made it clean. I tried to really clean again. Hell, using washes, but maybe some wash in this. Depends on my mood. If I'm in a real good mood to do more, I'll put some washes on. I'll probably put washes on anyway. Right now, I'm debating the paint schedule. Either have it 2-tone blue with white undersides, or light gray undersides, and all intermediate intermediate blue, or all dark sea blue of later 1943. They were on the Bunker Hill. They're all dark sea blue. You know, the war. By 1954, the French used these a lot. They gave them to France. We had no use for them anymore. They loved these things, and they did pretty good job, you know, against Vietnam, dive bombing everybody out there. So anyway, that's that. Thank you very much, Freddy. God love you, sir. Okay, I haven't forgot this, guys. This is my Boeing F-4B Hasegawa 132nd scale. This is ready to be painted. It's screaming at me now. And I'll probably be starting the paint schedule that probably this week. I got the Emily flying boat behind me. Again, I got this albatross. I went ahead and got the filler sanded off on it. I got the firewall done and one engine done on this. So I'm going to go ahead and complete the engine assembly, paint the same, and have it done as a completed set assembly. Then I'm going to go ahead and mask off the cockpit and put the cockpit on. Then I'm going to put the maskings on the window side here, prime, and paint. So I have that going for you. I might have this done by next week too. So I'm knocking them out. Okay. I got something else I'm going to show you. It's going to be live action. I think this is an excellent candidate for live action. I'm on the island of the UK scale modeler had a National Pride group build. You guys remember that Hong Kong models 148 scale B-17G Flying Fortress I built by Helldiver? Here it is right here. All it needs is my transparencies inside this thing. I got to put the transparencies and mask these with pedal tips, paint them white, the paint them yellow. And then go ahead and paint the tail wheel back here. And add the guns last. Done. This is a nice model. It truly is. They did a good job, Bob, but there's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff on this thing. Bob was modeled. Anybody who's actually built this thing will agree with me 100%. I mean, there is actually inside of Bombay, on outside of the Bombay doors, there's sink marks for the darn thing, from ejector pin marks. All the details in here was full of sink marks, especially where they're going to be seen. And the thing that they really got cheap on us is those oxygen bottles. On the 132nd scale, it came in what, 1, 2, 4 pieces. These are actually molded in on the sidewalls of this thing. So that's another easy way out. But the wings come off this thing too for storage, I got to tell you. Same thing with his big brother, the 132nd scale, one Freddy gave him. And so I got a lot of work to do with this thing. Just put the transparencies on, she's not done, and hang her up. So I got that coming your ways, guys. So we got a lot of things coming. I mean, I'm really enjoying building these models. And, you know, I get off work, I build them, I love them. I'm just building away until I can't build no more. And that's been a long, long time from now. Okay, that's the conclusion of Freddy's Duarte shutout. Thank you again, Freddy. I love you, son. I love you very much. Thank you, buddy. For that SOB right there I got here, second class. I'll be probably working on that some more tomorrow too. And other models getting ready for painting. Okay, that's about the conclusion. That's about all I can think about. I'm quite certain there's something else in my mind I need to say, but I just can't dig it out of the back of my skull. I figure out what I gotta say. Stuart Avery of Stuart's Models. Boy, he's putting out the videos with those models he's got. He's got some nice looking models. I should like to have that Beverly bomber he's got, that transport he's got. he's got some good stuff. So be sure to see Stuart Avery, Stu's Models. He made about, I don't know, about 3 or 4 videos for the past week. He's really getting them out. And I'm glad he settled down. And I'm very happy he's getting back into modeling again, which will soothe his nerves. And things are getting back together, getting back to normal right now. You know, it's springtime coming right around the corner. And we got summer coming up. And this virus does not like heat. And it's plus it's burning itself out. And I think it's going to be okay, guys. Trying to get back to normal. But we gotta, that shows you gotta get our heads out of the sand once in a while and keep staying focused on things around us. Alrighty, that's all I can say, fellas. Make mama happy. Always make mama happy. Take care of the little ones. Take care of yourselves. Stay focused when you drive. Spend wisely. Get yourself a kit. We're not out of the woods yet. It's cold. It's getting cold tonight. The last couple of days, it was nice and warm. It was nice. I didn't have no heat in this here trailer at all. It was just everything just convection around the house. Put on an extra shirt if things get too crazy. So I went ahead and so it gives my heaters a break. I got no gases. I use space heaters. They really warm this place up. I was really amazed that a space heater can warm up an 8-foot by 40-foot trailer. It's just a small space, so it don't take long for anything in this place, but it works. Anyway, guys, stay safe. Please stay safe. Wear a mask. Take care of yourselves. Like Stu said, the Stuart Models get kit crazy. Got to buy yourself a couple kits. They got a lot of new stuff coming out, so be prepared to get some of that stuff out. And good things comes to those that wait, and we're just waiting for this virus to blow off the face of this earth and get things back to normal again, for Christ's sakes. Getting bogged down like that, it's not healthy for the mind or spirit or anything. Okay, I shall have a live action coming pretty soon with that B-17 I just showed you. That'll complete the UK Modelers National Pride Group build at my end. And I think he'll be very overjoyed seeing his group build's been honored by me, and with a completed B-17 to boot. Okay, this is Frankie Day of Frankie Day Models getting out of here. You guys take care of yourselves. God love you, fellas. And so stay posted, and I'll share some more videos coming away in a couple more days. The final build again of the Nimrod coming your way. Okay, this is Frankie Day signing off with Frankie Day Models. God bless you all. Stay safe. All right, everyone catch you guys later, boys.